Hey guys, my name is Anthony and I'm the high school pastor up in Ramona. And I'm gonna start off this morning super spiritual by asking you, where's your family's favorite go-to restaurant? You know that one that you guys go to, no matter the occasion, no matter what you're celebrating, you guys go to it? For me and my family, it was always the Cheesecake Factory. No matter what the occasion was, no matter where we're going, Tom Cruise could be with us and my dad would say, let's go to Cheesecake Factory. And for those of you who don't know the Cheesecake Factory, when you get there and you sit down, the waiter will hand you a menu about this thick, and there's probably more words in it than the Harry Potter series combined. And I'm not even exaggerating, there's 250 options on the menu. And as you're looking through and you're sifting through the menu and you finally decide, the waiter will come over. And as you give him your order, you start to drool because it sounds so delicious. And then the waiter leaves and that's when the waiting begins, right? The 1 to 7 minute window is good because there's still bread in front of you that the waiter put down. But after the 7 minute window, it's about the 15, 20 minute, that's when the real waiting happens. You start to look at every waiter like, where's my pasta jambalaya? I know you have it back there and you're just hiding it from me. And the waiter will come out with a tray with food all over it and you adjust yourself to get ready and then the tray will pass you and you're stuck and you're frustrated. And that's where we find the Israelites this morning. You see, Moses has led the Israelites out of Egypt after hundreds of years in slavery. And now God and Moses are at the top of this mountain where God is giving Moses the 10 Commandments. And Israel is stuck at the base of the mountain waiting. We're in Exodus chapter 32. It says this, when the people saw that Moses delayed to come down the mountain, the people gathered themselves together to Aaron and said, up, make us a God that will go before us. For the man Moses, who has brought us out of Egypt, we don't know what's become of this man. So Aaron said to them, take off the gold rings of the ears of your wives. And in verse 4, it says he received the gold from their hand and fashioned with a graving tool and made a golden calf. And he said, these are the gods that brought you up out of the land of Egypt. See, the Israelites unknowingly, they broke the first commandment. Do not have any other gods before me, because they took things into their own hands. They said, Moses, we don't know what's become of this dude, and God, he's left us high and dry in this desert. Let's make a God that we can push around. You see, why do they do this? Well, I would argue that this is the human condition, that when things are out of our control, when things seem like crazy and the chaos of life is happening, we like to take things into our own hands. And I think this morning we have two options in front of us. One is we can be just like the Israelites, right? And take things in our own hands. And in this scenario, option one, when life's craziness hits us, when our mental health takes a plunge, when burnout hits us, when we're stressed out of our mind, we can take things in our own hands and we can rely on ourselves, our wisdom, our solutions, think harder, do more. But let me tell you from experience that adds so much pressure and you end up in a worse place than when you started. Proverbs chapter 14, verse 12 says, there is a way that seems right to a man, but in the end, it leads to death. Right? There's a way that seems right. Like when life is going crazy, I'm just going to take things into my own hands and I'm going to do it myself. But in the end, it will lead to death. Well, Tony, I don't like that option. I don't either. Well, what's the second option? Well, I would argue this is the only option that we have. Number two is trust in God. Proverbs 3, 5 through 6 says, trust in the Lord with all of your heart and don't lean on your own understanding. In all your ways, submit to him and he will keep your path straight. In all your ways. Wait, what do you mean in all your ways? In all your ways, in your depressed, in your anxious, that bill was due last Tuesday, you're happy, you're joyful, in all your ways, submit to him and he will make your path straight. Right? Because I need that promise from Proverbs this morning. Right? When the chaos of life happens, this is what I tend to do. I say, God, I trust you. And then I pick it back up again. I say, I want to do it my way. Because that word trust, and when it says trust in the Lord, it's not just submitting your way to him, but it's creating this habit of trusting. And submit to him, saying, God, it's your way. So when this is all over, I want to encourage you. Would you just say a prayer? Would you envision your situation in your hands and say, God, I trust you. And when you go throughout your day and you are going to pick it back up again, would you say it to yourself again, God, I trust you. All right, we'll see you guys later.